YouTube dreams creators, casual viewers, mix and matching your creations on dreams. I'll use a character for example. If I go, we'll get ourselves a base female. That will do. When it loads in, it's going to load in. No, apparently not. Okay, we'll grab that one then. Okay, there we go. There's a character. Again, I'm not going to use any of my own creations. I'm just, actually, you know what? There has to be a better one I can use for you. Oh, yep, you'll do. So there's a creation by somebody. I didn't even check who it was. I'm going to go into it. There's their character. First thing I always do is come in here because the camera bugs me. But this is your own preferences. Change it to however you like it. Okay, that's better. You can tell this is an older creation because of its run pattern. It takes less stridey steps, and it does. It feels like it's, I don't know, like half drunk. But then we'll go anime. Give us 1 second. So go choose an anime head, for example. Oops, spell it correctly. That one will do. Now obviously this is a male head and that's a female body, but that doesn't matter. Okay, give me 1 little second, I'll show you how to do it. Okay, nice and toasty. Okay, so here we go. Correct methods and incorrect methods. A lot of people just grab the head, not that, place it roughly right. Okay, it's done. Boom. When you get a test, it's doing this. To avoid that, I've spoken about this bit before, but when you look at something, and it's hard to see if I make you black, might be easier to see it. When you hover over something, you can see the white outline. So there's a white outline around the character, and if I click in, just for example, on the hip, you'll see that the white outline goes all the way around the arms and everything. It doesn't do the legs. Go in again. Oops, into there, just it's not gonna let me. Oh, because that's got the double thing come around the back. If you come in like that, you can see the shapes of the thing inside. That means I'm inside this, the butt section. I can change the shape of it. But if I back out one, you'll see the entire character is thing. So that is obviously the origin of the character. Then if I come to the arm, only the arm and the hand. If I come to the fingers, oh, it doesn't have a sculpted. Okay, it doesn't sculpt the fingers. Go to the hand, it's only the hand. So you can tell that when I go to there, nothing else is attached to it. It's attached to that part, but that's not attached to anything else. We're going to do the same with the head. Like if you see the head is lit, go behind where you want to place it and look for the highlights. When the highlight is on the part you want it to attach to, so in this case it would be the head, scope in once. You will then see everything else is blurry and the head is sharp. That means this sculpt I'm holding onto here is now at the same level as the head sculpt. Then I can place it aligned roughly where I want it. I'm not going to get too detailed into it. And then while you're in here, press left shoulder and square to bring up its options. And you can make sure it's not collided with anything. If it's only a single sculpt, it'll come up with that menu. Just come into there and make sure it's on not collidable. No density, and you could even turn the ignore gravity on. Do that with all its pieces. Yeah. This is the safest way to do it. So that's all, looks like it's all painted on. Yeah, okay, so it's just the two sculpts. So now both those sculpts there are in this part with no collisions and no gravity. So it will not affect the base puppet. Now when I go into it, as you see, when I move around, it's attached correctly to where it's got to be. Okay, it's bugging me because it doesn't have any of that, but that'll be fine. So when I move around, as you can see, it's attached to where the head is needed to be attached to. And that is how you attach stuff. Same with, like, for example, if I go in here, type in dress. I think the dress has one. Oh yeah, that one will work. As you can see, that's just a sculpt. No doubt it's dynamic. If I come to the puppet, go like that, place it. Oh yeah, that's about right. Actually, no, I'll go up a bit. That's about right. Close enough's good enough, as most people do. Come out and play. It just floats around the puppet, and it doesn't look right. It's not just with puppets, but you can do it with like sculpts in the world, movable objects, stuff like that. It just doesn't look right. So you need to grab it. Where are we here? Go in. Grab it so that the entire item you're dealing with is moving. So when you look at it, the highlight is around the entire object. So I've got that correctly. Then when we go to the part we're going to attach it to. So we go to, this one here would be attached to the midsection. So you keep going until everything else is blurry and just the part we want to attach it to is highlighted. See how it's got the white light aligned to it? And then go to roughly where we want it. Again, I'm not going to be too specific on getting it exactly right. Close enough's good enough. Back out. And that is now placed correctly. But remember I was saying go into it and do the whole that. If you go to the base of it and double click X, it will then highlight all the pieces below it. If you then go left shoulder and square, you can then select that, turn them off, and it should do the same thing with every piece that's in there. So that should no longer collide with anything. Sliding them out. It is now attached to the correct part of the character. So that is how you correctly attach an item to an item, or an item to a puppet, or whatever. So if you want to mix and match someone's creation, if you like, for example, if you like the body, but the head isn't right, or you like a head and the body isn't right, you can mix and match. Now, if you want to do it with a pre-existing character, so if I go, for example, anime, we're going to choose, for example, one that's a full character. I'm trying to find one there's some there, but that's... This one can work. Okay, is it going to load? That's a no. Why are you not loading? Okay, we'll find one that will load. It's probably loaded, but it's probably in a spot that's way off camera. Okay, here we go. Oh, this one is huge. Well, this is a good example of why you shouldn't scale things up. Okay, so it's slowly loading in. So here's a good example. Okay, the head. Actually, I know that head, but that's not the point. The head, I like the head. The body, not so much. Let's get rid of that one. Let's grab, for example, the basic puppet. So this is nothing special. I want to make my own body for that head, for example. There's the base, which you would make your body from. What you do is you come into this one and remember the outline? Keep going until just the part you want, which is just the head, is highlighted. So as you can see, only the head has the white outline around it. Then we come along down to here, we'll grab the clone, grab the head, take it out, and left shoulder and circle to back it all the way out. So now you can see if I delete by hovering over so the outline is around that and go triangle, it will delete that, but I still have the head. Now the head was actually movable on the puppet, so you have to left shoulder square and check, make sure it's, and it says not movable, so that's good. And if you look closely, the person who created this has the different, that's how I knew the head, because I know this is there. It's got the different expressions. You can use them if you want, you don't have to, it's all up to you. Like, I'm not going to tell you to play your game. Again, go down to your puppet behind it, keep going to just the piece I want is thing, and one more, so it's all blurry and that's in focus. It is now placed in the correct spot. If we grab precise move, we can move that in. Now obviously it has to be rescaled because it is way too big. So let's scale it until it looks like not bad scale. Yeah, that's not bad. It's still bigger than it needs to be, but just to prove a point. So it is now attached correctly to the head, and it is aligned correctly to where it needs to be. So I now back out. It's attached correctly. It all moves properly, and it's all usable. So that's how you remove items from previous ones, and that's how you place it correctly onto the character you're using. The outline part, when you go like click once, that's called scoping, and that's what this thing here is for. So you can back out a scope, but you can always just hit circle with the left shoulder pressed in to do the exact same thing. So that's a shortcut. Same with if you want to match the body to the color of the head. What you do is you come into the paint tool, which is there, and then this one. Grab this icon, go to this one, and choose a spot on the model you've placed. Right trigger, and then you have saved that palette color. Then all you have to do is go over to the top of Puppet. The part that's not blurry is the part you're going to paint. So let's go back a bit. Okay, let's use that one so that it actually snaps to. Thank you. And just so that it looks like it's actually clothing on, doesn't look like it's naked, let's grab a color. We'll go white, tidy whities. Done, done, and done. While I'm here, I want to adjust that camera. Again, it annoys me. Okay, there you go. I've now swapped the head over from a previous creation to the creation I'm creating, and that's how you'd mix and match. So I hope this helped. I'm going to call it here. If you're stuck, I've got previous streams on how to do stuff, or message me on Live After Me on PlayStation. If you're stuck, throw me a message. I'm stuck. How do you do this? I'm more than happy to help. There you go. I'm out of here. Stay safe, look after each other, and I'll catch you all next time.